What's up, metalheads? It's Travis Malley from Crimson Caliber. Welcome to Enigma Media.
You push for this other me.
What up, headbangers? How you doing? I'm Robb O'Day, and welcome to the Greasiest of all time. Today we're chilling with House of Curses out of Alabama. How you guys doing?
Good, man.
Why don't you introduce yourselves and let us know how the band got together?
I'm Josh Thompson. I play guitar, sing a little bit.
I'm JP, play drums and hang out.
And we have one more.
That's the man with the plan.
That is him.
Hello, man with the plan. How are you?
I'm good.
We just started rolling, so perfect timing.
Okay, great.
So how did you guys all start? I know that Josh already explained it to me a bit.
Yeah, I'll let JP do it because he's probably not going to trail off as many times as I do.
I think you do a good job at it, man. I like your story the best. You're a good storyteller.
Well, maybe.
Just take your Adderall and you'll be okay.
Well, it's too late for that. I'll be up all night if I take one of those. Basically, this is the brainchild of me and JP and the other members of a band that we were in prior that basically disintegrated, and yeah, that's JP was like, I know this guy Dan. I'd never met him before, and I was like, sure, he's in. Let's go. We got so that's basically how it started. And we acquired Brian and Brian and Brad, geez, along the way, and I think those were two huge acquisitions to our band as far as the sound goes. So yeah, that's February 9th, 2015.
Crazy.
Yeah.
How? Oh, go ahead.
With Brian, I started playing with Brian in like '94. We started a little 3-piece band back in that day, and then that split off. We went our separate ways, and I got back with him. A band that we were in called Muddle, and that's when we met Thompson. They were like that band was like they were like 16-year-old kids.
Yeah, Muddle was the band I wanted to be in. When I first started out, I was like 16, barely 16 years old. We were playing shows with them, locally or whatever, and I was like, man, I want to be in that band so bad. And it 20 years later, I get to be in a band with two powerhouses, so I'm happy camper.
Right? No, that's awesome. I was mentioning to Josh, because we were chit-chatting for a bit before we got on, that you guys have already made, like, the moment that I heard Hexed today, because I tend to wait for the day of the interview to sesh the band, and I'll sesh the whole album front to back as many times as I can. The moment that I heard the vocals and everything on Hexed, I was addicted and, like, instant fan, because
that's cool.
Two of my favorite bands is Deftones and Carnival, and you guys hit all the elements out of both bands that I love. So it's super unique, especially nowadays, because you don't really hear such ambient, drifty metal, it's so beautiful. And I think it's definitely overlooked, that style, but you guys have created it so beautifully, because you have hints of the two bands that I love, and then all of a sudden it breaks into these crazy screams and like fucking gnarly guitar riffs, and I'm like, they have everything that I want. Like I was explaining to Josh, I sent it to one of my best friends, and she's an even bigger Deftones fan than me, and I'm like, you got to check these guys out. Like, you love Deftones, you need to check them out. And I guarantee she hasn't messaged me back, so she's probably seshing it right now, which is pretty funny because she's just like me, front to back on an album, not a single person, right? So
Right.
it's super cool to see bands with your caliber of music coming back in a sense, because most bands are blast beats and screaming, but you guys
Right.
have so many different elements, and it's like, holy fuck, it's just
Well,
beautiful.
I think that we try to like tie in all of the emotions, not just the anger, you know. And there was a time where we were all full of piss and vinegar, and all we wanted to do was play blast beats and chug as much as possible and as fast as possible, and that time's kind of over, and there's more emotions out there to tap into than just the the obvious. I think I think that's a lot of what's missing in the world today, is the exploring those different feelings and emotions other than just rage quitting or just being 100% emo all the time. So like, you're allowed to experience and have those different feelings, and I feel like we portray that, and especially with this next record, even more so. So
This next record's all over the place.
yeah, it's gonna be something to behold. And we were gonna just do another EP, and then the world ended, and so we were like, well, what can we do? Well, we can. We were going to release that EP sometime last year. That got canned because where we were tracking in New Jersey, that whole state just kind of closed down. And so we were like, well, if we can't play shows, because we are a live band, if we can't play shows, what can we do? And I was like, well, let's add some songs that we wanted to do, just didn't have time to track. Now we got all the time in the world. Let's make them as good as we can and try to piece together, all this emotion that this last year has, created for everybody. Because I'm gonna be honest, like last year I experienced some things that I wasn't used to, like anxiety. Like, I used to be able to read people. I can't read people anymore. And that kind of made me, take a step back and be like, okay, so this is new. How do I deal with this? And I feel like this next thing that's coming out is going to be way better than the EP that we have out now or are about to re-release with Kingside. So I'm super excited about everything. I just get a little impatient sometimes, and I want it out right now.
Exact same way, dude. Yeah, no, I think we all are, and I think it's because we put in so much blood, sweat, and tears into our craft and our albums, and by the time release comes, we fucking hate the songs.
Oh yeah.
You don't ever want to play them, but now is the time to play them.
Yeah, like I love our EP, and everything like that, but I really want to play these new songs with the lights and the people and the, you know what I mean? Like, because I think it's going to affect everybody differently And the message behind it is you're either going to love us or you're going to hate us,
Mhm.
you know, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least you heard the message, and that's the point. Like that is this. None of this is about being rich or famous or anything like that. This is about the message, and that's it.
Mhm.
You know, you're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. You're not going to be a lukewarm House of Curses fan because you're not going to be able to find those people. And that's kind of scary, but that's what's going to happen.
No, I think also the more you guys get out there, maybe in North America for sure, but I know like if you guys were to get like market towards Australia, your sound would be
Yeah.
would blow the fuck up in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Like
that's where Eric comes in.
right?
Yeah,
Eric
because
kicks ass. He's a
I don't
wicked.
I
he does a
I don't
wicked
know how
job.
to I don't know how to do anything else.
No.
So this is where I hand the ship over to him, and I'm like, you point the bus where it needs to go,
Mhm.
and I will get it.
No, and he does a wicked job, and it's definitely nice seeing labels and management that look for talent. You know what I mean? Not just like, oh,
Yeah.
you have 150,000 fans, I'm gonna sign you. It's like, oh, damn, you've got like 1,000, but your guys' music is epic. I'm gonna
Yeah,
work with you.
like we might be the quietest 7,500 likes on Facebook ever.
Yeah, no,
You know?
and that's the thing is I thought you guys were a new band, and then I looked at your Facebook when I was about to message you, and I'm like, damn, like they deserve more than that. Like I was expecting either you guys to be a brand new band with a wicked style, or a fully established band that was like already touring, headlining, because like I said, the style and sound is so solid, and I think that reflects because you guys have played together for so long and know each other,
Yeah.
and you trust each other.
Absolutely, because and that shows up in the songwriting too. Because you know JP will have guitar ideas, you know, and he'll be like, I got to get these tracks, and I'm like, I don't stand over him and say no, play it this way. I'll let him do his thing, and then I come and add my thing to it, and he trusts me just like I trust him, because what he's gonna do, you know, whether it's with the guitar or the drums, I already know I'm gonna love it, and I kind of have it in my head. And then when it happens, it's nothing like I expected, but it's way better.
It's magic.
You know, so I think that has a lot to do with our sound too.
Well, that and all five of us write guitar riffs. I mean, the melodies, the synth. I mean, we all. It's not just one person writes this, one person writes that. Everybody writes collectively.
Everything.
I think that's cool.
Song.
That's
It's
wicked.
like I think Lucky Stars was a techno song that Dan came up with. And like I just took what he did on a synthesizer or whatever that thing's called, piano thing. I don't know, man.
I love it. I love it. I know exactly
I
what
don't
you
know.
mean.
I don't know. And I just like turned it into heavy guitar
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And that song kind of took off. And you know, we got a video for that because we asked everybody, okay, what video or what song do you want a video of? And they all said Lucky Stars. So we were like, okay, so we're making a video for Lucky Stars. You
You
know,
guys
like
asked your
that.
fans which song?
Yeah, that's how
Dude,
we make decisions,
that's
because
wicked. That's the best
we
way to do
can't
it.
make decisions.
Yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
who else are you writing it for, right? And besides yourself,
Yeah,
you're writing
like-
it for the fans.
Yeah, like, so what do y'all want to see? And you know, and the guy that came in, Greg Yates, came in, did the video, and he was like, okay, this is what I'm thinking. I was like, all right, let's go with that, because I don't want I want each person who has anything to do with this band to have their own creative, you know, whatever, you know, like I'm going to trust their vision with it. I'm going to trust their whatever. And I think that's what makes this band work, because there's not, you know, there's no limit or boundary for what it has to be.
Mhm.
And I think that's awesome that we can do that, because I've been in bands that wasn't necessarily the case. So,
Yeah.
and I've only been in 2, so that kind of narrows it down.
Yeah, that's why I'm giggling because you explained that to me. I was like, fair
So,
enough.
no, and I love that about us, and I love, you know, I don't know. I couldn't be happier being in the band that I'm in,
Yeah,
and the people that I'm in it with.
that's all you really need.
I just, you know, I'm just so happy. Like,
When do you guys plan on releasing this new album?
well,
We were talking about that last night, kind of.
yeah, we were talking about last night. I'm actually gonna make Eric make those decisions, and we haven't really talked about it, so I'm putting him on the spot here. So I'm gonna let him do that, and then I'm gonna let him do everything, so that I only have to worry about showing up and doing what I have to do in his time frame.
Do you guys still have any more tracking, or are you finished recording it and you're just like waiting on masters and stuff?
There's a little bit more tracking to do,
Yeah.
but you know, I think 4 days at Architect will be, once we get into Architect, we have those 4 days. It should be mastered in about a week,
Oh, sweet.
and then hopefully there's enough demand from this re-release of the EP that you have, where we can just hit them. We've already got like 10 or 15 songs for the next release
Right.
after the one that we're going to release this year. So it's just, we try to stay ahead of the game like that. So
And that's smart. I mean, you have to in today's climate. Things
Yeah.
are so much different than 5 years ago. Like even last
Yeah.
year, the music
Yep.
industry on our level has declined pretty badly for fans and shows and venues, and it's a sad fact, but I think that a year off of having live bands and only being able to listen to what's being put out from Spotify, and
Yep.
90% of people don't listen to music. I don't want to say 90%. I haven't actually done the math, but a lot of people,
68% of people hate statistics.
yeah, right? Like they listen from their phone. They don't listen in headphones or a CD player or off monitors. Like there's a whole element of music that's being missed, and I think that's why people aren't appreciating it. It's that intimacy of this right here.
Right.
Like, we used to
And I
always have headphones on too.
Right. I think there is a silver lining to this past year, is that it has weeded out the fakes.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ones who really want to do it will be the ones that are still standing when it opens back up.
Yeah, and
Because
I
I
keep saying
feel
that.
like, you know, these, you know,
You won't be. Come over here.
you know, people with, I'm not going to say that because that's not very nice. I think the people who understand how hard it is and the work that you have to put into it will still be there. And the ones that just did it and, you know, got attention because that's what they did and they didn't realize how much work you have to put in, I believe those people went and, you know, took their stimulus checks or, you know, got a job somewhere and forgot about it. And honestly, that saturates the market to where bands who really want to be there get overlooked.
Yeah.
So I feel like after this whole thing is over, the ones that'll be there will be the cream that rose to the top. You know, like you'll have really good, and I can't wait to see all of the art that comes out of this, because I know it'll be from people who really mean it and are not just in it for the quick buck or, you know, the notoriety or whatever. So,
Yeah, I'd like to see the popularity aspect disappear because I don't know when music went from skill to popularity contest.
yeah, no
That's what
joke.
drives me nuts. Like, if
No
you
joke.
have 100 likes and you've been around for 6 months, you must be shitty. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
even if you
yeah.
have 40 years experience, oh no, you must be shitty. No, dude, like, it's about the
And like,
music. It's not about how
we
many likes.
also, yeah, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, it's totally it's just how it is. It's just the way the industry is, right? And
Yeah.
I think that's what, like, for example, Eric, he's great at what he does because he finds these incredible bands, and not many people are genuinely going out and looking for them. They're kind of
Yeah.
waiting for them to come to them. But in an industry with dying labels and independence being given to bands in extreme measures, because I mean, now, for example, our band, we don't have management, but I'm the manager with 2 other members, and our marketing team is pretty damn good. We don't need to go hire somebody to do it now. I think
Yeah,
it gives
I
bands
don't know how to
so
do
much
that.
freedom.
Like,
It's
see,
weird though
that
because
was,
it changes though, right? It's a total adaptation towards the way social media is changing the industry, which is a weird concept because it is that popularity contest. You have to get good at making people like you, but out of those 900 likes you have on Facebook, how many are coming to your show? So
Yep.
it's a
Right.
weird concept, right? Because we used to be able to network face to face
Right.
after a show where people are like, "Man, you're crazy good," and you're like,
Right.
"Thanks, dude." Like, we don't
yeah,
have that.
right.
So it makes us appeal to labels, marketing teams and management teams, that kind of thing. But in reality, those likes mean fuck all.
Yeah, they don't
unfortunately.
mean nothing. We try to live by the 10% rule. Like, well, in my band or in my head for this band is the 10% rule. If you're in a room with 100 people, if 10 people like you, you've succeeded.
Yep.
You know, and we have a fan page that almost has exactly 10% of the likes that we have on Facebook, and that page engages more. And I release stuff to that page before I'll do it on our band page because of algorithms and all this other crap. Because those people that are in that group
Deserve it.
wanted to be there,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So
That's smart. I think more bands should do that. I
and
definitely
I
think you need
think
to engage with your,
yes,
like,
absolutely.
utilize live. I think bands don't utilize
Yeah.
live enough. We're all sitting around.
If I was confident enough in my technical abilities to pull off a live stream show, we would have already done it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I
no,
don't
I totally get
want
that.
to sound like garbage, you know, just for the sake of doing a live stream. Because
Yeah, I think if you have like something that you want to say, because I think nowadays, especially over the past year, quality has gone downhill, I guess to say, and the
Yeah.
industry standards quality has gone down
Yeah.
because all bands are in control of it. They can't go out and pay for it. But at the same time, that
Right.
kind of gives us that free range to be like, you know what, like, fuck it, this is us.
right.
Like,
And
I've
that's
got
another
kids,
reason.
I've got dogs, you know what I mean, kind of a thing. Like,
Right.
that gives
And
us back that personal face to face kind of a thing where we're like at shows.
and I think we're gonna try to work on something. We actually just kind of lost our rehearsal space until like
Brutal.
maybe July. So we're gonna have to figure something out. But
Yeah, we haven't had ours since, I want to say, August. We haven't been able to jam. So
yeah,
I totally get that.
so I'm trying to work out options that are as cost effective as possible, because we got to rehearse and we got to
Mhm.
play because we got to get a live show up. But you know,
You gotta knock
it,
some
it's
rust
it's
off.
just tough. It's
Yeah.
it's hard.
I'd love
We
to
may
see.
have to go. We may have to go rehearse at JP's abandoned house of curses next to his parents' house.
Oh,
We have to
that's
run some generators, pull the RV
Right.
out there, and pick the generator up.
We may have to go back out to the barn.
I mean, you gotta do
We'll have
what
to
you gotta
talk
do.
about that.
You
Huh?
gotta do what
What?
you gotta do. It's for the music,
Yeah,
right?
we'll have to have that conversation off camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, there's some things that's transpired in the past couple of days. I haven't had a chance.
That's
Oh,
awesome. So you guys plan on releasing your album in the near future?
Yeah.
Hopefully within this year.
Well, hopefully within this year, and we should be playing hopefully by summertime.
Right?
And then, I'm gonna let people virtue signal as long as possible, but then we're gonna start playing shows. And if it makes you mad that we're playing shows when everybody seems to be okay, then they'll just have to get glad in the same pants they got mad in, because
yeah.
I can wait around on each individual person's feelings about what we're doing. Like,
No, I totally
if you
agree.
don't want to come, don't come.
Put yourself in our position, right? Like this is our
Yeah,
dream.
yeah,
This is our life. Like this is what we want to do with our lives. So it definitely it's like you shouldn't be
yeah,
performing. Well, put yourself in our position, right? Like not like we get
exactly.
paid, not like we make EI off of being a musician.
Right, really? Yeah.
Like
I'm
could you
here for
imagine?
you. Yeah,
Like, could you imagine if the government was like, "Oh yeah, you're a musician. Here's a baseline wage." Like, fuck
yeah.
that'd be
Oh, that would be
awesome.
great.
You
That would
establish
never.
yourself. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
we're in a weird time, especially with COVID wrapping up slowly and vaccines
Yeah.
going out. Like, I have an article that I'm working on an episode where I talk about statistics, a lot of statistics within the music industry right now, and what bands have to go through, kind of to put an episode out so people understand what we deal with and what the industry is actually like for us, because it's not just fame and fun. We don't just get to party.
yeah,
But
yeah.
there was an article out of Canada. They did a questionnaire or some shit, and it was like 20% of Canadians aren't going to go back to shows. And I
Wow.
mean, that's a lot of people that aren't going to go back to concerts, and that's
Dude.
scary, because I think like that's just Canada, and I mean like California has more people than Canada, so like
Yeah.
that's scary. Like 20% of California won't even go to a show, and then you put all of like the states, and it's like whoa. So I hope that it
The states are busted at the seam to go to shows.
right.
Yeah, like I guess that's the old, give me liberty or give me death, uh, attitude that we all have. Deep down in us somewhere, there's that 1776, there's a line there that's like, all right, damn it, like we've had enough. And people are getting there. They're getting
Yeah.
to that point where it's like, okay, I can't be scared my entire life of catching something that, if you're sick enough that if your immune system's so low that this thing might actually do harm to you, then you don't need to be out anyway.
Yeah.
You
But I mean,
but
all reality,
need,
we could
right?
get
You don't
taken
need
out
to
by a
force.
meteor tomorrow. So I would wait. You know what I mean? Like I think
That's
people need
exactly
to like take perspective.
I could
Yeah.
meet my maker tomorrow,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Yeah. No, the world's it's crazy. I think it'll slowly ease up though. I think it's just because this is the first time in history that the whole world's been locked up. In a sense, I think everyone's got that anxiety that you had. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I went through mental illness problems the last year, and I was like, it was insane, because I'm one of the, like, you can ask anyone who knows me. I'm high energy. I'm really obnoxious and loud. I'm really friendly. But the
I'm the
last year,
same
I was like
way.
closed in a box, and I think the whole
Yeah,
world
like,
was. So
well,
I
see,
think,
I was out in it because I had to work. Like,
yeah.
I was one of those that was blessed to be, essential,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. You got to put a label on it. And like the rest of the world shut down, and it felt like, honestly, like me and the couple of guys I worked with, everywhere we went was a ghost town.
Yep. Yeah, my guitar player is in Nottingham. He's in the UK right now, and when he got back to UK and was put on quarantine, when he finally got let out, he went out and took a video for me. And like video of before, when he was there before he moved to Canada, was packed. Like you couldn't stop bumping into people, kind of thing. And it was literally like you could see like tumbleweeds in the middle of like Western song going. It was like it's crazy.
so weird. And like I work in a lot of office buildings,
Yeah.
and like we're talking like 5, 6 story buildings, and like you walk in on the first floor and it was like,
The scene of a movie.
well, yeah, but it was
Yeah.
like this is what's weird. They've cleared the building out
Yeah.
because people were like, well, we're doing the same amount of work, but we're doing it from home. Why am I paying a lease on this building?
Yeah. No,
And,
it's affected everything.
or they've like completely shut down, and like you walk in and there would be like these tables that have phones on them,
Yeah.
lined up with people's names on, like tombstones. Like, here lies Christie's job.
Weird.
Here lies, you know what I mean? And it was like,
Yeah.
creepy.
I wonder what it's like, how many bands that's going to be like when COVID's done. Like all these big bands that rely on
Right.
touring. It's going to be like, rest in
Yeah.
peace, Britney Spears, and rest in peace,
Right.
Taylor Swift. Like, it'll be like,
Well, I mean, what's sad about that is they'll get the money that they need. Not that they don't already have it, but they'll get the money to continue their career because they made it before everything got weird.
yeah, I think
So
it'll actually be harder
everybody's
for
gonna-
them. I think
Really?
yeah, I definitely think that because they have to pay so much to the labels, to the management teams and all that, like they're going to be a lot of big bands. If they didn't save money and they spend it all on stupid shit, I guarantee a lot of them are going to be screwed.
Well,
That's just the industry though. Like,
yeah.
and I mean, and on that note, is there anything that if you guys could change anything in the industry, what do you think it would be?
Kind of what I was getting at is let's try some new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, quit making old bands that, you know, that I feel like a lot of the older bands, especially in our genre, that's a safety net for those labels. And so they'll invest all that money into them because they're already an established product. They're afraid to take the risk of something that's new and something that's, you know, exciting, because, you know, why would they do that when they could put, you know, Ozzy Osbourne can get on stage and sneeze into a microphone and
Right.
10 million people will buy.
Feature Post Malone and they've got a hit.
Right.
It's a weird world.
So I mean, it's
turning into a world of
yeah, but
I definitely think things will change.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope, you know, like I said earlier, we just want to be able to pay our bills.
Mm-hmm.
We don't need the mansions and the swimming pools and the whatever. We just want to be able to pay our bills doing what we love to do.
And I think that people need to hear how many musicians, because every band I've talked to, and like today's my 1 month doing this, and I've done like 35 to 36 interviews, something like that. And every band is like the same. We just want to survive. We just like roof over our head, food in our fridge, gas in the tank.
Yeah,
I think the more people hear that, the more inclined they will be to support and not think, oh, they just want to be rock stars.
Right. No, I don't have a rock star bone in my body.
And I think that rock star mentality is dead. I mean, you can't do that anymore. It's not, everyone's against, like, you know, everyone's all about healthy living and shit. So I don't think that.
As I smoke a cigarette.
Right. Well, I mean, yeah.
This is self-sacrifice.
Yep.
You know,
well, it's like back in, what was it, 2014, when mine and Thompson's old band went out with Seven Dust. Those guys wasn't up all night partying. They were, after the show, they were out.
Yep.
Yeah.
They went to bed and they were in the tour van. No, that's what a thing that I think a lot of people don't realize, because they're like, oh, this so-and-so didn't want to hang out or talk to me. It's like, dude, do you realize they're on a 20-hour schedule? They get 4 hours of sleep, if that, and then they kind of chill and nap throughout the day. Yeah,
and there's places to be, and you have to get there, and time is like,
your schedule is crazy.
Yeah.
No, people don't understand it, and I think that's why I think I'm slowly working on an episode that people will kind of see in the eyes of.
Oh man, I had the best day for you to film that was when we went to go play Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like we played Rocklahoma in 2018. that was the only show there and only
That's
show
funny.
back. So it was what, was it a 15-hour drive?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
like here.
15,
That's from
16
that's like from Kelowna to Edmonton. It's like a 14-hour drive.
Yeah.
Is
So,
there anything you guys want to say before we wrap up? I see the clock said like a minute and a half. I didn't realize that.
oh, man, I feel like I've just totally screwed this interview just
Oh,
by
not
going
at
there.
all. That's exactly what the interview's on. Is just getting to know the band.
Okay, yeah. No, just give us a chance. We
Yeah,
might surprise
definitely. If you got like Deftones, like Carnival, you like good music, check out the links below. All right, guys. Well, I'll make sure that I post all your links and everything in the description below, so people can just click it and find it.
you. Thanks,
Awesome.
man.
And then when you release any new music or another video or anything, just let me know and we'll have you back on and we'll try to get all the guys
Awesome.
together.
We'll share to
Wonderful.
you for sure.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
You guys stay safe and I'll talk to you again.
All right,
Thanks.
man. See you later.
See you later.
Bye.
What up, headbangers? Thanks for checking out the video. Don't forget to hit that little likey and subscribe and hit the little bell. Hit the bell.
So you can stay up to date
Yeah.
on all the shit we got going on.
All of it.